Maybe if you had a really nice girlfriend, you'd you'd have other priorities.
Maybe I would. And quite honestly, I wouldn't mind having a girlfriend.
Oh.
I've forgotten what it's like. I haven't had a girlfriend since 1988 or something.
My
Ever
God.
since then, it's just been little hit-and-run adult excursions. Quite honestly, most women bore me. You know, if they smoke, I'm turned off. If they drink, I'm out of there. If they're stupid, I'm bored. If they're mean, I'm bored. If they're trying to use me, I'm out of there. So I guess I'm very picky. If they don't work out, I'm not interested. If the mind is lazy and the body's lazy, who cares?
You mean working out physically?
That's
working
right.
Out. Oh, that's
If they're not in shape, hey, go be fat on someone else's.
Yeah, go be fat on someone else's time, you ignorant pigs. We have a modified scenario today, and what we did was a Hail Caesar with a fantasy twist. Now, I didn't have time to get a bunch of crap out of storage. My buddy came by, said, let's play Hail Caesar, and this is what I put together. So we modified a few of the scenarios. We adapted some of the magic from Kings of War 2nd Edition, and we really just kind of streamlined everything. So all of the spells have 24-inch range. Okay, so you've got Fireball, Lightning, and Heal. This is 24-inch range. So Fireball is a 5, and any rolls of a 4+ are a successful hit against a unit. And that's how Fireball works, and it does not modify your armor. Next up, there's Lightning Bolt. You got a 3 on that. You roll 3 dice. Any successfuls are 4+, and they're -1 to your morale save. Heal, again, roll a 4+. You get to take a hit point off the unit. That's for the undead and necromancy, basically. Really simple. Next up, we did the cannons. They have 2 shots apiece, range 48 inches, and they always hit on a 5+. If they roll double ones, they blow themselves up. That's it. What the cannons need to hit is a 5+, and they can never be modified to worse than a 5+. Next up, you got undead do not die until they take max stamina. Normally, what happens after a unit loses 6 points of stamina is that it becomes shaken. Shaken units can't really do anything, and they basically need to be rallied in order to get back into the game. So when an undead unit goes to shaken, it's basically lost half its hit points. A standard unit of, let's say, heavy infantry here. Oh, okay. We'll just say a standard unit of heavy infantry would have a stamina of 6. So it would have to take 12 hit points of damage in order to be fully destroyed. But I can heal it once per turn. The spells themselves, they're kind of a shooting attack, and you can only choose one for the entirety of the turn. You can't do more than one. So that's how the undead play. The Banshee. The Banshee is basically a mobile cannon with unmodified 4+ save. It has the same stats. It's got a stamina of 3 because it's a ghost. So if, let's say, it takes a cannonball to the face, it'll take the morale saves at a 4+ for being a ghost. It basically fires 3 shots at you, which is basically lightning bolt, and it has an 18-inch range. So I roll 3 dice. Any 4+s are a successful hit, just like lightning bolt. And then if she rolls triple ones, she'll explode and die. I figured that would kind of even it out, seeing as that it was a standard war machine. Now, what we did was we agreed on everything and what it was before we put the game together. We agreed that the Demigryph Knights represented a unit of cavalry that was large. So let's see here. Large heavy cavalry have 11 clash, 9 sustained, 4 short. The short range is if they're supporting in an attack, and then they have 0 long range, and then they have 4+ morale save and an 8 stamina. Whereas a heavy cavalry unit will have 9 clash, 6 sustained, 3 short, 0 on the long range, and of course a 4+, and then a 6 on stamina. So we played the Griffin. He didn't really use the Griffin that much. We used it as basically a flying elephant, and that's what we put it in there with a clash of 4, a sustained of 3, a short of 1, and a 4+ morale save with 6 stamina. That was his. Oh, and it can't support the cavalry. That's just what elephants can't do. I figured a Griffin would be very unnerving to a horse. And then we had special modifiers for the zombies. They were a warband. They had a clash of 10, sustained of 8, short range to 3, 5+ morale save, and an 8 on stamina, which means they would have had to take 16 wounds. We had a unit of medium infantry. That's just standard in the Hail Caesar book. And then we counted a lot of his units as large. So we had large heavy infantry, large medium infantry archers, and then the cannons themselves, they're rocking just a 3 on stamina. They've got a short range of 3 that never really came up to represent grape shot, and then a clash of 1 and a sustained of 1. They're not very close combat-y. The special rules that we used, we had Lance, which means when you charge, you inflict a -1 penalty to the morale save. Phalanx, which basically you have to any defeats by 2 count as a draw, so you have to beat me by 3 in order to win by 1. And then Drilled, well, that I only had 1 Phalanx, but Drilled for heavy infantry and cavalry, they could just take a free action. And then Elite. Now, for the undead on the chart, in the back of the book, you roll 2d6 and then you convert to the chart to see what happens. Usually fall back in good order to rally with supports. So I kind of ruled that the undead, they only ever fall back 1 move when they get defeated in combat. And that's kind of what they do, because they don't... they're being manipulated and they don't understand danger. So that's what the undead do whenever they lose. They just fall back 1. Undead cannot be disordered, and they are never shaken. So they hit on a 4+ regardless, unless they're hitting to the side or to their rear. So that's basically how we played that. I have more on this, but let's go into the armies and what the table looks like. So we've got a bit of Hail Caesar today with a twist. This is basically Warmaster 0.0. That's what we're going to call it. We'll see if it works out or if it doesn't. We borrowed some rules from Kings of War. So my head vampire here has all the spells. He has Lightning Bolt 3+. And that basically works like I choose a target 24 inches away. I shoot my lightning bolt. I got 1 success there with the lightning bolt, and that's a morale save at -1 to the enemy target. He also has fireball, which is 24 inches. Any 4+ I get will cause wounds, but you get a full morale save against that. So if your morale save 4+, you can take these dice and roll up a 4+ save. I've also got heal. All of the characters in this army have have heal spells. So I roll 3 dice. Any 4+ takes a wound off of here. So the vampires are never disordered. They have to be shattered, and they only ever give ground. They back up. They only ever give ground to rally with support. So that's a full movement back 6 inches to rally with supports. And like I said, they have to be shattered. So this is the first division, a full division of Black Knights. I could have put another unit down, but I don't have enough Empire to compensate. Using really my 2 current biggest collections to make this. I got an infantry division. Now we gave some rules for what were the specific rules we gave to the Banshee real quick?
She has an 18-inch 3 shots.
3 shots that are -1. Whereas your cannons are -2. She's like a cannon, but she can move around and shoot things. If she rolls 111, she dies. So that's one of the. So each cannon over there, we'll get into this, have 2 shots, 48 inches. If they roll snake eyes, they blow up. I figured the same would be for her. And then we got these guys. They hurl poo. They're the what do you call it? The slingers. My ghouls are big old unit of zombies. Big unit of heavy infantry skeleton phalanx, and a medium infantry unit. So we use the rules in the back to determine everything that we have. And then let's go over to the Empire. Oh, and I also have a Necromancer for extra spells because he gets a guy who rides an elephant. So there's that. So for Empire out here today, we've got 3 units of standard cavalry. This is a unit right here of large cavalry. And they've got a commander. This is the overall commander. We decided that he's on an elephant, correct?
Yep.
And he's just got the elephant stat line. He just can't support cavalry in an initial clash. So over here we got a unit of heavy infantry. All of his units except for the two cannon unit. We're counting these as crossbows because we're using the Hail Caesar system. All of these are large units. So they've got extra stamina and extra attacks. And then he's got a wizard who has lightning bolt, and fireball. And like I said, I've demonstrated how that works. And we're just going to play a game and see how this plays out.
The cannon section.
No, and then you have an artillery section here. And the cannons, as I've stated, they roll 2 dice. They always hit on 5s, so this way they're always relevant. So that's what you need to hit. You can't be modified any lower, that's it. Just roll 5s, you get a hit. So you roll snake eyes, your cannon explodes. But you got 3 cannons, and then you have 2 standard units of crossbows, or arquebusiers, but they have an 18 inches, whereas my slings of my open order ghouls only have 12 inches. So there's that. So again, like I said, you only fall back with undead. They don't give ground, they don't explode, and I can only select 1 unit during the beginning to heal. So once they're shattered, they're taken off the table. So we'll see how this plays out. I think it might play out pretty well here. We'll see. So my deployment looks something like this. I got a unit in column. He waited his cavalry over there, and he just left a corridor of cannons to look at me for that. I'm not actually too worried about those. And then I put my skirmishers in the forest because open order don't need direct orders to move on their own, so they can just move once and we'll call it good there. So what else you got? You got a really weird deployment, like you actually deployed for a game of fantasy or something like that. Your infantry's all the way back, like you don't want to get into a mess or anything, and then all your cavalry's over there. You got turn 1. We'll be back after your movement. So his movement looks something like this. Did a real good group order there for a movement of 9 inches forward. What's your first cannon doing, and where are you shooting?
That central cavalry unit.
Central cavalry unit. Okay.
1 hit.
1 hit.
I mean,
Yeah, it's 1 hit. So it's here we go. I got to make a morale save at -2, so it's a 6. Taking a wound.
same target from this guy.
2 hits. Okay. 3.
And same target from this guy.
1 hit. I'm bound to get a 6 at some point. No, 4. Okay. All right. I guess it will be my go. So capping off my turn, I did heal up 2 wounds, and I failed orders on an 11 twice and blundered into the forest. So this is not shaping up well. It's into 2. We'll move that to the even marker. Bam. Okay. Very productive turn 2. He got 3 orders to come over here, moved his elephant guy down here. That's what we gave it the stat lines of the elephant. But cannons did me for 1 right here. I took a fireball from the wizard, and then he ordered a charge. I declared a hold. And just because I've got to blunder out of, I've got 2 units that can do something, but these units are in open order, and I cannot declare a charge with these two because we are in the forest. So I've got to figure a way to blunder out. I think what I will do is move my commander
to get a little closer to the action over here centrally before I'm wiped out. And so it's going into Undead 2. So for 2, I just did an initiative move and rolled up on him and just... Well, we didn't roll, I just charged him. So that's going to be an okay fight. I moved my commander over here to be more central so that he can unfuck this because I have to move and then go out. I basically need 2 moves with either of these to get out of the woods. Otherwise, I can't declare a charge and stuff. I almost rolled triple ones with my Banshee, and I did a wound to them with slings by Hurlin' Poo. So there you go. Let's see here. Moved my zombies up as far as I could to kind of answer this threat, and healed the phalanx to get in the way there. So there's all that. Over here, all I could do is really just turn and look. Maybe next turn I'll heal these guys, and that'll be about it. So there's that. So that's it. We're going into a fight. We got our first combat of the game. I'm going to go with this unit that's been wounded.
Well, you can't have 2. One of those is a support. There's not enough. The only way you can have 2 on one is if one of those was a
So all right.
tiny.
So it'll be this one here, and then I'll use the other. I only rolled 9. So 1 unit either way, correct? All right. Of which I've gotten 2, 4, 6, and 7.
Well, that's pretty good.
Which you'll save for these on 5s.
Do you want me to just do my save now?
Yeah, just do your saves now.
Nothing?
Ow. Good thing you have a higher... Good thing you're not broken yet.
So that's...
So you did... Yeah.
Okay.
7. Okay.
You should just throw all yours at me.
And then I get how many supports for the heavy cavalry?
Heavy...
3?
3.
Okay. So 2 more. These are regular.
So I'm up to 8 wounds now.
Okay. All right, and now it's your go. So
Well, do these not throw anything?
they're not throwing anything. They're not involved in the combat right now.
But they're...
Are they within range to support?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. 3 more then. 2 more regular saves.
And 1 more wound. So I've taken 9 wounds.
9 wounds.
Okay, here's my good 11. Which hit on 3s.
Correct.
So that's 9 hits.
So that's 9 hits. Do you have to divide those?
No, because there's only one of those is actually in combat.
Okay, so 9 on me. So there we go then. Needing 5s. Which I'm making 3, so that will put me up to 6.
Okay.
Okay.
Then I'll throw all my things at you. That's 3 for the rear, 3 for the side, 2 for the little guy. All of these hit on 4s. Okay, 4 hits.
4 hits, okay. Here we go with 4 hits. Going up to
So we're at 9 and 9.
9 and 9. All right.
A drawn combat.
So, okay, so here's how it works out for undead. These don't drop off. You go to 8 with them, and we sit there. And you are shaken. You are shaken, which means you're at -1 to hit, though.
So hold on. So we've got took 9 wounds. These guys can suck up to 8 of them. So that means they took 7. So there's 2 to bleed onto
Yes.
something else. And these are at their maximum stamina value. I did 9 to you, so you're up to 9 now. But they're not bleeding because okay.
Because we die once we are shattered.
And you will shatter only when you hit 12.
Correct.
Okay.
All right, and that's combat. It goes to your turn. His shooting did take a toll. He fireballed me here from the wizard and did me for 3 cannons and the crossbows. That's what they're played as, but they're rifles. They did me for 4 on the phalanx. Now we're in our combat again. You're hitting on 5, sir. Ooh, fair bit of hits for 4. Here we go. Ooh, really good for me. I did 7 to you, and I got 4 saves to make, and these are regular, no minuses for both of us.
Are you still...
Support.
You still count as shaken, you just don't...
No, we just die. That's it, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we just die. That's all we do. Yeah. I figured we'd do that for the undead because they don't, they're not, like I said, they're being manipulated. So I'm taking 2, and it was to the 1 in the combat there. So I'm up to 5 there.
Yeah, and I just took a lot. I just took 5 more. So
5 is 13.
I'm taking a test at a negative of something. Nope, not that.
Not that. So we eat the large unit of cavalry. If I can heal these guys, that would be nice. And he also ordered to reform the line. We'll put him in the closet in a second here. Now it's going into Undead 3. So not a lot this turn. We blundered here, drifted left. We got some orders to move up. Not quite a charge. We needed 2 moves to get into those knights with the phalanx, but that's it. We tried to order a line right here. That's fine. There's really nothing I could do against his infantry. I guess he's going to start bringing that down now that I'm extended. I came up here. I'm supposed to be looking at this guy a little bit, but took the hill. Not a lot I can do with these 2 units, especially now that, now that these guys are free, I don't need him on this side. I might be able to start manipulating them a little bit. But that was my entire turn. Did some damage with my poo-flinging ghouls and my Banshee there in the forest. Like we said, she acts like a cannon with 3 shots at -1 instead of -2. And got out of the forest there, but we're going into 4, top of 4 for Empire.
So if you've been following along, yeah, that was my second blunder for me issuing orders and everything. So yeah, I drifted right on one blunder, then I drifted left, and I had 2 units that really technically couldn't get into play there to press the advantage. And when I blundered, I couldn't issue any more orders, so I didn't get to press the advantage and come down and charge, which gives him another opportunity, since he's reformed his cavalry line, to come forward and do whatever he's going to do. So Disordered is over on page 74, and the most significant thing about Disordered is you can, I guess some of the units, his units had Elite. I don't think we remembered that. The Elite is you recover from Disorder on a 4+. I guess we could have given some of the Knight units Brave so that they would reheal a... let me just double check that, make sure that rule is what I think it is. Yeah, you recover 1 casualty marker if you're Brave. We should have chosen Brave for this scenario. Crossbows is another special rule. Morale capped at 5+, no closing or traversing shots, so it's just -1 infinitely. But if you're a disordered unit, you cannot be given an order. A shaken unit is just, again, you've lost max stamina. And let's say you lose a combat, you have a table over here on 75. So if undead cavalry were to lose a round of combat, they just they always count as giving ground to rally with supports in good order. There's very few break if shakens, or like skirmishers, if they roll a 7, it's break, you take them off the table. Break if it's skirmishers. Break if it's skirmishers. War machines also suffer being as skirmishers themselves. So, you break if you roll a 4 from combat or something like that. And then there's also, you go to the end here, there's also ranged attacks. Undead will just give ground if something would ask them to take a test, So if they take a lot of fire, maybe the necromancer brings them back. But there's one for ranged attacks as well. So there's that for you there. So we're going into turns 4, and we'll be back.
So he moved as so. He's cowered before my skeletons on this hill. Haha. We took the hill. Let's see. Did 1 to the zombies. Another fireball dinged me for 3, so I don't know if I have enough heal to go around. We are in our first fight, so we did have a counter charge, so that means I'm going to have 9. And then how many supports are you taking for this?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
And I'm going to have 3 supports. So yeah, so going up there, a fresh unit of cavalry. There we go. 3s and 3s for our initial unit, and that is not good for me. I got 1 cock, though.
4 hits.
4 hits. -1. Yes, so 3.
1 safe. So 3 dead.
Okay.
I'm just going to write it.
3 dead. And then I've got 3 supports for 2 more.
Safe.
Safe. All right.
Here's my 9 good ones. That was good. 7 hits.
7 hits. Okay. 5 and 7 needing 4s. I mean 5s. That's not good. Write down 6 for me on that unit. I'll get a dice there.
Alright, now all the supports. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8. Here we go.
Worse on the supports.
2
So
hits.
2.
3.
3. Needing 4s. Which will make 2 more. So this time, what are we up at here?
I took 3 wounds, you took 8 wounds.
8 wounds. Okay, so 8 wounds on that unit. There we go. I wonder if that might kill. No, that puts him at 10. So he decided to stay there for the end of his turn, and I'm sitting here with a bunch of wound markers on me. We'll see what we can do in my 4. Coming up next. So not a lot of movement. Failed charge there with the zombies. Got a charge on the phalanx. He did counter charge me though. Threw a heal out. Healed up 1 from 10. These units are probably done at the end of this round once we hit 12. So anything that we do, we got to keep onto his unit. And I also joined with Wallach Harkon into that combat. So my spells only healed up 1 off of these guys. We took a drilled movement forward. Maybe he'll come down and fight with me. Yeah, before I get fireballed to death. I haven't been able to throw out a lot of fireballs. I've been mostly using my sneaky necromancy. So let's go to the fight here. We got 9 coming at you for fresh, right? So here's 9 needing 3s. Little better than last time.
7 hits.
7 hits. Taking 4 from you.
Yep. Okay. And here's my 9 at you.
Ooh, you're doing slightly better.
Same.
Same. 7 hits. This
Plus
will.
I've got my dude.
Well, yeah. Hold on here.
Oh, he failed.
Failed. Uh-oh. Okay, so this unit's going to die no matter what now because it's shattered. However, I do have my dude for 1.
They'll take that.
And then 3 supports for 1 more. That saves. Okay. So what's the total?
5 to 6, I win.
5 to 6, you win. All right.
So that unit disappears. We check his risk.
All right. Oh, yeah, we really got the worst of that exchange right there. So that's it. It goes into his turn. Oh, we didn't fight that one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're being very forgetful here. So 9 to 9. Ooh, no good for me either. 4, 5.
5 hits.
Yeah, 5 hits. It was better than it looked.
4 wounds.
4 wounds, okay.
That was good. I did 6 hits.
6 hits. Okay, we'll take 6. There we go. Ooh, taking 3 myself. Okay, I'll get a pip out in a dice out in a second. All right, so what's the damage there? Beat you by 1. Okay. Oh, 9. That's you check the chart for cavalry. movement, he just decided to charge me, use the lances to see if he could finish off the phalanx of skeletons. Over here, he could only retire with that one cavalry unit, which is right here. We're locked in combat there. He shot at me, did 3 to the zombies, and then tried for a fireball, and I rolled boxcars to save it. Now we're starting a big combat over here. I only have 7 attacks with these guys, so I don't know how effective I'm going to be. I need 4s to hit you with 7, sir. So here we go. We're getting 4 out of 7. That's pretty good. You save on 5, so you're taking 3.
All right, then I have 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That will
Hit on
hit on 3s.
3s, yes.
That wasn't great. 4 hits.
4 hits, needing 4s to save. You might do it, though. Yeah, that's 3. It goes up to a 9. We take 3 more, we're dead.
I have 1 from the elephant. I have 4 from the big unit to the back, and 4 from the big unit to the side.
So all of those hitting on 4s. Only yielding 2. Looks like I might live either way, and the skeletons can bail me out. Ah, yeah. So let's go up to 11 here. And again, the undead just fizzle out once they reach their limit of wounds, because they don't heal like. So when you reach the end of your stamina with the living unit, we figured that you since the wounds fall off for them, they won't fall off for the undead. They just sort of stack. All right, we can go to the next combat right here.
This one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Here's my 9. That'll be 6.
Here is my 7. And I got 6 on me, you say?
Yes.
There's 6 for later. Okay, here we go. All right, we have saved 2, sir. So that does do us in for 4. So that will kill us. Oh, wait a minute. No, these were my attacks. Sorry. Dumbass. Okay, that was me. 4 onto you. And then I have 6, and I need to save a fair bit of these, actually.
Oh, I took all of those.
You took all of those. I didn't take a single save, so I am dead. Another unit of heavy infantry goes to you. And you did do in the unit, though. Okay. And that opens up a corridor for your cannons onto something, unless I start to chase you. But, all right. Next fight up there, I have 9.
I can choose to...
Oh, this is sustained for 3s.
I can shift backward, right? I know I can't charge you because I'm shaking.
On your turn, you shift backwards. You didn't retire. You won the combat. They're dead.
Right. So I won the combat. So my choices would be...
Oh, yes. Yeah, you can shift backwards a full move. Up there, I'm gonna throw 6 attacks at you, needing 3s. I hit with everything except for 1, so 5, sir. This is a sustained. That's why it's so low.
You hit me 5 times from this cavalry. That's what you
Yeah, I figured I wanted to be in combat.
And I saved 2 of those. So
Okay. And then you hit me on 5s with your 6.
2 hits.
2 hits. Ooh, taking 1. Okay. So, looks like we beat you by 2. And this will be a break test.
Yeah.
Okay, we gobbled you up. Okay. So, for movement, we didn't get a lot. We only got 1 move, and it was these guys behind the house to keep them from getting cannoned. I did heal 2 off of them. I healed 1 off of here, but they're still not long for this world. I don't think these guys are either, because they're only medium infantry. Other than that, the Banshee did break the division by by forcing a break test, and Hayden rolled a 3, which means you just break and flee. Mm-hmm. And so that's it. We got our fight here. Simultaneously, I've got 6 attacks with medium infantry going on 3s into your heavy, correct? Medium? Yes, 6.
Clash of 6.
Here's Clash of 6 needing 3s. I'll take 5 if you'll give me 5. Those save, except for 1.
Yeah, okay. So 1 wound.
1 wound. Your Backensies was 7.
Large, heavy infantry clash is 9.
Oh yeah, they're a large unit. Forgot.
Seven.
7. Here is 7 dice. Needing 5s. Okay. That is 6. And I did 1 to you, sir?
Yes.
Shit. All right. Next off, then, we have 7 going into your unit there. And we did not win.
3 hits. 1 casualty so far. Do they have one there already? Yes, they do. Okay. So they're up to 4.
And then you get your elephant and your...
1, 2, 3. I'm just going to do the main unit first.
do the main unit first because they have 9 attacks that hit on. They have sustained of what?
6.
6.
Large, medium infantry sustained 6. 5 hits.
Oh yeah, 5 hits is going to take me out unless I can roll 5 4s. No, valiant effort. Destroyed. All right. And then that's how that ends. It goes to your 6, sir. They really had 1 combat. They survived. They made a fair bit of saves there, and they got 1 wound left. Again, I don't think it's going to be worth my time to heal them, because if I lose either unit, the infantry division is broken. So what I want to try to do on my 6 is go for broke here and try to get one of those infantry units before they can get me.
Mm-hmm.
And that would be 2 moves.
Yep.
2 moves to get one of those infantry movements with my warband of zombies. And then over there, we're just a little bit too battered, but I do have some orders I'm going to try to issue. Banshee failed the move. I rolled with my primary commander, re-rolled it, didn't do it again, so he was done. As for this, we just took initiative moves with both knight units. We did 1 with the poo flingers from the ghouls because they hurl rocks and shit like that. And then over here we have our only fight. It's 6 attacks to your 7. Fair bit of hits there. 4.
2 wounds.
2 wounds.
Brings it up to be shaken.
I'm up to be shaken. Okay. And then whatever you get. 3s are good. So
3.
you did win, and you weren't shaken when because it struck at the
And this dude.
and that.
1 more.
So here's the 3. Oh, look at
That's all we
that!
need.
Like yep, that's a broken division there. So it gets the zombies as well. That's all we need. Okay. All right, so that's you want to do a 7 or are you good? You think you're good with that?
So
1 broken division to 1 broken division.
it would have to be, I have to kill 2.
All right, so I took 3 fireballs, but made him took 2 cannonballs though, and he rallied, which is really good. And then that's about it. I'm going to take my final turn 7, and we'll see what I can do. My last turn, failed charge on the cannon. Instead of doing a failed charge here, needed 2 moves to turn and then charge. Only got 1 move, turned and moved 9 inches. Failed moves. I've blundered 3 times during this game, and I've rolled 3 11s. Leadership has not been good to me. I think I'm going to think about tweaking this scenario with the undead and everything just a little bit. What do you think? Were they overpowered, okay, or the way their stamina doesn't fall off and they just take the wounds all the way up until death? What do you think?
I think that's fine, actually.
Because once you start stacking wounds, you're never going to be able to like heal all of them up and everything, especially. But, you know, I mean,
Yeah, I think I feel fine about the way their stamina works.
and then when they lose, they just go backwards, full move. And then
That maybe not that though,
maybe not that.
because if the reason why we're letting them not shake off their extra wounds is that they're mindless robots, right? That don't,
Right.
Then because the falling back is a morale effect, which they don't have. So I kind of think maybe they're not able to fall. They don't fall backwards as a result of
Of a lost combat.
right.
I just figured they would always just fall back one move if they lost. I was pressed for time when kind of thinking about this. We wrote down some rules which I've got in the notebook and everything, but this is how the world ended. Failed charge. Chose to fireball one cannon away, and that was it.
So if we had time to play another turn, I would have to kill 2 of your horses.
Yes,
Two
two
of your horse units.
my horse
You would
units.
have to kill 3 of any of this.
3 of any of this. So I guess we give it to the Empire on this one. That's what I can live with that. I can live with that. That's fine. I've had enough blunders, and
You could eat these pretty easily, though.
yeah, I could.
But I guess you'd still need one more. One of.
I would need one of those. It doesn't matter how many cannons I kill, because our war machines aren't really part of anything. But that's about it.
Well, there you go, Internet. A victory to the Empire in this modified scenario. I had a great bit of fun during this one. I think what I should do is download the Warmaster rule set. I think I have them downloaded somewhere, and then read those. The only problem is I can't read from the screen. I've got to download them and put them onto paper, so I've got to pay somebody to print those or something like that. I wish there was some way of buying the Warmaster rulebook, like you download it or something, and then you can buy it from somebody who prints it and binds it for you in a nice way. Maybe over somewhere on Etsy. I think that would be pretty cool, you know. But then again, you might get dinged for copyright. But if all you're doing is binding it for somebody who already and all you're paying for is binding, maybe you skirt copyright or something like that. You're just putting together a nice scrapbook for somebody at that point. But yeah, good modified scenario. Again, we used some of the spells from the Kings of War 2nd edition rules and everything. We extended some of the ranges. Again, when you roll magic at somebody, you need a 4+ for a successful hit or something like that. And it worked out pretty well, which, you know, is a testament to a game that is really, really well laid out. This is the 1st edition rulebook. I never looked into the 2nd edition rulebook because every historical gamer I know moves away from me. Ha ha! So, just the way this is set up and everything, again, it's a 5 out of 5 rule set. It's even got a addendum back here. Pages 178 to 185 is like the full rule set for the most part. And just with the way it's laid out, you know, as you can see, I've marked the shit out of my book and everything. I've got little notes everywhere, and that's a testament to, like, you know, none of this stuff is collectible when it comes to the books. You know, a book is meant to be read and reread and then noted in. You know, if you're not marking up your book, you're not going to know where things are. You know, so we played it 7 turns, and that's how the world ended. You know, I mean, and that's just like kind of like a model too. A book is meant to be read and marked up, and a model. My buddy accidentally broke my Kurt Hellborg, but the way I see it is, a model is meant to be used. A model is absolutely useless to you if you can't play with it. You know, just like an expensive guitar. Even though I spent a lot of time painting this model and everything, a good model like this, it's really meant to be used. And even though I've lost the back end of his sword here, I'm going to find something to stick on there, repaint it, and then it'll be good as new. It was a pretty clean break on the sword and everything, but, you know, no harm, no foul. Just wanted to throw this together. I had nothing better to do this Saturday except for eat and sleep, I guess. Would I do it again? Probably with the Warmaster rule set, because there would be addendums for dragons, swarms, large targets, and cannons, and then maybe modify that with the way you don't like it. Again, you don't have a lot of people just taking a rule set and then playing a game with their miniatures. And this is a good way to have a huge battle. This would have been like a 5,000 point game of Old World, I think, if I were to point it up. Okay, I was wrong about the 5,000 point thing. I actually had to check on that, and I couldn't do that within the confines of sitting here on the camera. So I pointed it up. If I actually played the Blood Dragon dude as Wallach Hardcon, and then I played Manfred as Manfred, it would be about 3,500 in today's points, which to date, I don't think anybody's even played a $4,000 game of fantasy on stream at all yet. They might have played something around 3,000, but I don't think anyone's done a mega game yet, which would be really hard to do with this current rendition of the rules because they're so wonky and everything. But if you wanted to play a big game, use all your miniatures, all of your toys, I think Hail Caesar is a really good way to do that. I don't know how much Empire, not going to check. I'll leave it to you guys to check on that. You can put the approximation of how much Empire was used in the comments below. But just getting to show off your collection. And that's another thing, I painted this nice Vampire Count's army. And a lot of these models that I have never see the light of day, which is a tragedy because, again, a model's purpose once it's painted is to be used. It's to be displayed. It's to be, what do you call it? Admired once you get it out, So, maybe I could put a little TLC into some movement tray action, get them all nice and decorated, do this game again with the Warmaster rules. I think that would work out really nice. Just looking at a few things now, I would like to have decorated, textured movement trays. Across the board, actually, I think in my current state for Old World and everything, I actually just don't mind them being a flat brown. I think that works just fine. I would settle for just flat brown movement trays, but maybe get some more movement trays printed and everything and do it that way. Other than that, it was just a day with my friend, and that's it. And so you play a game. If you're lucky, you get to go to lunch, but there was no lunch this time, so I was disappointed. And other than that, I'll leave it to you guys to try it for yourselves, basically, if you've got a big collection. Anyway, and we'll leave it at that. If you want to get in touch with me, you can always leave a comment in the comment section below. I do endeavor to answer all my comments. If you want to get in touch with me, there's direct messaging on Instagram. Instagram DMs are the best way to get in touch with me. If I don't see you, keep painting, keep playing, and stay metal, my friends, and we'll see you in the next.
Even you, puppy dog. Hey, you need to grow a sack!